Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 10th episode of Volleyball Season 2, brought to you by Basic Sport. I'm Khyati, your host, back with another episode to talk about more data and analytics in volleyball. VolleyTalk is a show where we talk anything and everything about volleyball with the people who have been in the sport for a major part of their lives. Our previous episodes, we went deep with the management to know about their insights regarding their teams. And on our previous episode, we also had two players from Hyderabad Blackhawks who spoke about their experiences in the game. On this episode, we welcome two coaches. One is the head coach of Chennai Blitz, Ruben Wolochin, and another is the head coach of Ahmedabad Defenders, Sir Dakhshinamoorthy. I'll just introduce these two dynamic personalities, though they don't need so much of an introduction. Wolochin is known for his innovative coaching style and emphasis on player development. He has a reputation for building strong relationships with his players and creating a very positive team culture. His coaching philosophy emphasizes a fast paced, high scoring offense and an aggressive defense. As the head coach of Chennai Blitz, he is widely regarded as one of the top coaches in the Prime Volleyball League. Dakshinamurthy is a very well known Indian volleyball coach who has been involved in coaching and promoting the sport of volleyball in India for many, many years. He has served as the head coach of the Indian women's national volleyball team and has also several other teams and has also coached many other teams at state and national level. In addition to his coaching duties, Dakshinamurthy has worked as a volleyball commentator and analyst as well, providing his expert analysis and commentary on the sport in major events and tournaments. We are so glad to have these super well regarded sports people on our show today. We're so glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here today evening. How are both of you doing? We can start with Dakshinamurthy, sir, and then Sir Ruben, you can go. How are you today? I hope you're comfortable. You're still not audible, sir. Your voice is not clear. Ruben, sir, you can just go ahead and
Yeah.
get back.
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks. Thank you very much for hosting us, for having us on such a show. We are very happy, and yeah, we are very happy to be here to share again with our volleyball community. And for me, it's a great honor to share with Coach Dakshinamurthy, who is, uh, of course, perhaps the biggest legend as coaching in India in our league.
Yeah. Thank you. We are so glad to have you here today. Sir, can you also just please check if your mic is working now?
Thank you very much, madam, for inviting us for this debate. I am very happy to share with one of the greatest international coach, Dr. Olsen, for his great experience. I can learn from him also to enhance my knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to both of you. Dakshinamurthy, sir, we'll just start with you. You have been a coach for more than 39 years in India and you've coached so many various teams. So, how has this experience of Prime Volleyball League been for you compared to the other experiences you had as a coach?
I am in the field for very many long years, but I can't able to show my this thing um, my talent to the world. The Prime Volleyball League enhanced my stature to this level. Thanks for the Prime Volleyball League to giving me opportunity. I am also thankful to my franchise Ahmedabad Defenders having faith on me and given me this opportunity to take up the job. It is one of the biggest experience. This is a different format in the volleyball
Yeah.
competitions. It is very much learnable for us to motivate the players to perform to their best in the given time. It is a greatest task for the coaches in this we are enjoying it one way and getting a lot of experience also.
Yeah. Okay, that's very good to hear. We will go more in depth about it as we go on with the show. Ruben, sir, I'd like to ask you also about this is your second stint as a coach here in India in the Prime Volleyball League. So, how have both these experiences been for you? How has Hyderabad Blackhawks been different from Chennai Blitz this season? And in terms of your coaching experience, and how is this? How is your second year in India going?
Well, as Coach Dakhshinamoorthy mentioned, first of all, I'm very, very thankful for the franchises opportunities that they gave me the chance to show myself here. Uh, and I think the experience is only positive. Beside the results that perhaps this year the results are not coming with us so as we expected, definitely it's always a learning experience day by day. Um, Perhaps one of the differences last between last year and this year, uh, beside the results, was that maybe the league was a little bit less competitive than this season. The season, all the 8 teams are really, really in a very good level, and in a bad night, you can lose 5-0, and then it's difficult to come back from results like that. And suddenly, depending the schedule also sometimes teams had more games in a row than others, so it's not so easy to manage. However, all the 8 teams have the same conditions. The experience is always terrific, it's always very interesting. We are learning day by day, and definitely the format of volleyball, it's a different thing, and we need to adapt, and it gives us also some new creative things.
Yeah, exactly. This format is that is what the league was trying to do to make it more popular among the crowds of India. So keeping it a shorter, more competitive structure. And Ruben, sir, you only but I want to ask you again. You have a coaching experience of 40 years all around the world. So, being in India for 3 years, what would you say you're seeing as key development areas for volleyball in India compared to the rest of the world?
I think with all my, I try to be as humble as possible, because
Hmm.
as a foreigner, always you can be taking in the two ways, that somebody from abroad wants to tell what we have to do, while people from inside, perhaps living the daily life, is difficult for them to appreciate. I think here we have a really big physical talent.
Hmm.
Perhaps the volleyball needs to adapt a little bit more to the international trends. The other way, the other day we've been discussing like 1 hour with Coach Dakhshinamoorthy, and we agreed to keep talking about this. Um, and I think this is maybe adapting a little bit to new systems, change a little bit the physical conditioning on the players. These are maybe the things that requires to the next step. Anyway, the level is already good. The players are very competitive, and it's matter of time, perhaps in 1 or 2 more years, that things are getting together, and India starts to compete in the best places in the Asian Championships.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's lovely hearing from you. I think you were right about the part where the physicality and the quality of the players also is in picture. But I think that needs development from grassroots levels to uh, train players to be that way once they grow. On these
Yeah.
same lines, sir, Dakshinamurthy, I also want to ask you. What are some of the biggest changes you have seen in the sport of volleyball over the years in India, having been a coach for so many years? And how have you adapted your coaching style to it, to the changes which have been in volleyball?
Well, now the after Prime Volleyball League, uh, professionalism coming into Indian volleyball. Now all the fields, sports sciences, training methods, trainers, physio, all their help is taken for the team benefit, players benefit. This field is neglected for so many years in our country. Now it is we are adapting slowly to the forwarding to the international standard. So as per Sir Ruben sir prediction, this trend will continue. Means within 5 years we can do something in international volleyball. We are having talents, we are having physical qualities, everything need to achieve in international level, but only the exposure is not getting because of the some problem in the management of the um, uh, federation. This will rectified all the sources. We are moving forward. We pray uh, everything will go well in future.
Okay, I got what you're trying to say actually. On just extending a little more on this. So, what are the challenges which you have faced as a volleyball coach in India and over these years, and how have you overcome them? And what have been those challenges?
Uh, Coaching the players is not a challenge. We are doing that maximum level. Only a lot of interference in the administrators in the coaching
Okay.
system. It is like not like other foreign countries. Most
Hmm.
of the coaches are facing lot of problems in the
Hmm.
uh, administrative level.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
should be rectified for the betterment of volleyball in India, because coaches has to work with the players without any constraints. That is that situation, that atmosphere should be created like other countries. If it is rectified in our system, uh,
Hmm.
firstly our administrators are more practical in their approach
Hmm.
towards the coaches. The
Oh.
coaches are not given proper importance in this
Hmm. Hmm.
field. That is
Hmm.
why most of them are not coming up to work for the promotion of the game. This is the biggest hurdle in that. I faced a lot of hurdles. Even then, because of my to promote my players, I
Hmm.
accepted all the challenges and continuing my work for the last 30 years in this
Hmm.
field. It is a difficult task. Not to everyone do same like me, because it should have lot of motivation and lot of hard work needed.
Hmm.
Everybody uh, ready to sacrifice their
Hmm.
life, then we
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
do promote volleyball in India.
Okay. Oh, wow. On this, I'm so intrigued by everything you're saying. I want to ask you one more question. So you can just think about this and we'll get back to it. So just these problems, only what you're talking about. If you would be interested, can you share any one particular incident as such where you went the extra mile to promote your player, or where you had to fight all these administrative issues? So, if any incident like that you do get in mind, can you please share that with us? But before that, I'll just like to ask Ruben, sir. So, we asked this question to our players yesterday, and now we would like to ask both of you. So, you can tell me, how are you as a coach with your players? Are you a very strict coach, a very aggressive coach, or are you very pally with the players, or do you scold them a lot?
Uh, I would say that with the years, I had different phases.
Okay.
Most probably at my beginning, I was perhaps badly tough
Hmm.
without perhaps the good know how for coaching.
Okay.
Um, and I really apologize those groups 30 years ago when I started, because those kids pay my inexperience.
Yeah.
However, we keep having very good relations with those guys, and I have witnessed many couples that they became couples after being at the same club playing volleyball since the age of 15, 16, and then they date, they got married, they have kids, and the kids keep playing volleyball now.
Wow.
um, what I want to say is that during the years I developed a kind of idea that every day, as Coach Dakhshinamoorthy said, we are giving absolutely everything for the players.
Mhm.
For sure, we may make mistakes, but we devote on promoting our players' work and give the best for the players. Sometimes I think I try to really stick to the working system, the playing system, and if that makes me be strict, I am. If that makes me really passionate, I am. But nothing justifies to become aggressive. That I don't think I am. I believe that I'm giving everything as I know and as I can every day in trainings, and I demand the same answer on the players. Everybody who hits our gym needs to be ready to give all, because this is the only thing I know, and this is the thing I don't negotiate with anybody.
Yeah. Now that you're saying this, many a times you, since you have such a vast coaching experience, also you would have come across all kinds of players. So, what have you noticed more? Like, are more players? I'm not aware how this works for volleyball players. For football and cricket, I know it's different. But so, as you're saying, there's this thing that you'll not negotiate with them. So, do players prefer? So, if suppose a player has made a mistake, will they prefer being scolded at, or being strictly told about it, or do players not like being during the game, if suppose something like that has happened? Have you noticed players not liking being spoken that way to, or being pointed it out, or are players like, how are they receptive towards it?
Um, in these regards, I have a clear answer.
Hmm.
First of all, nobody would like to be scolded in public.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we need to try to avoid these kind of things. This
Okay.
is the first. Second, I don't believe a player wants to make any kind of mistake on purpose. So if this happens, as a coach, you have the tool of a substitution if you think that somebody is not giving 100%.
Okay.
And second, um, I try not to give or, or to rule by punishment, because while we play, the punishment is the score. You get
Okay.
punished automatically from the opponent. So more humiliating than get punished by your opponent is
Yeah.
no chance. So then I try to teach or to make the players conscious that we are training every single day for us to become better. Every time is a new opportunity to get better,
Yeah.
and I don't like to make punishments or to run punishments, because if you lose, this is the worst punishment you can get,
Yeah.
and that's all. So in this, I'm clear with this state.
Okay. Okay.
So and then sometimes, if you punish somebody, your frustration is away, but the problem is still. So what's the reason and what's the solution? You need, as the same as we are asking the players to find
Yeah.
solutions, we as a coaches need to find solutions.
Yeah.
So that's the cooperation we need to find with the players.
Okay. Thank you so much for your lovely insight on this, actually. And Sir Dakshinamurthy, we'll just get to you about the same now. So, first, as I asked for the same question, how are you with your players? Are you a very strict coach, or are you a very pally and jolly coach? And then also that incident, if you, after that incident, if you could think of any.
I am a strict coach only. From
Okay.
the beginning, I am handling them. No, in our system, society, we have to be more strict because involving the players to daily come for the practice,
Hmm.
do the training sincerely. It
Hmm.
should be um, the system should be more.
Rigid.
You have to make it in
Yeah.
a systematic way. I am to be strict. Honestly, I'm telling. I must be more strict on that. Players nowadays, after getting a lot of experience, I am also changing my style of functioning.
Hmm.
Previously, I am the starting early days. I am more strict. People,
Okay.
players will no, not coming to me
Yeah.
to discuss with me or anything like that. Now I am a little more flexible now.
Okay.
We got after seeing there, they are also sir said they are also not doing anything purposefully doing wrong. It is the game pressure or something. They are doing that thing in. Um, we can expect them to do better way. That is
Hmm.
the only motto. Coaches know what they want their players to perform as per the talent of them, expected to show to the world the performance. For that only we are working, we are promoting the players. In this, different approaches are there, but I am learning. Still, I do my best to promote my players in so passion that
Yeah.
approach them me and they can take my help.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Um, what this change, if I may ask, in you? Initially, you were very strict, and then now that you've become so flexible, was there any particular incident which got this change, or how did this evolution come about in you?
Mostly, I will, every year we are recruiting the players and all.
Hmm.
I will ask the players to comment, not
Hmm.
putting their name, and I will get the comment about my approach in coaching. I will
Hmm.
take the players' opinion without
Okay.
mentioning their names. In a in a bit of paper, they can write what are all they are liking, what are all they are not disliking.
Hmm.
By that way, I changed my approach towards my players. What are the things which affects the players' mood and which is hindrance for the performance in the
Hmm.
field. So I
Hmm.
am changing like that. I am getting their feedback
Okay.
in my about my coaching.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow. Thank you so much for your insights about this too. I'm so happy hearing about this firsthand from such two experienced coaches. And again, a little more about your coaching only. So, this question to both of you again. How do you handle player disagreements and conflicts in the team? And how often do they arise whenever in your experience with every team? So, Sir Ruben, you can go first, and then Dakhshinamoorthy, you can tell us.
I believe that disagreement it's a very positive part of the game. Normally, as I say, uh, everybody wants to win, and as Coach Dakshinamurti mentioned, it's important for us to listen to the players. And sometimes we have a particular view how to play the game, how to approach the game, but we have to remember that the most important part of the game are the players. And sometimes players feel things that we don't know. And sometimes players know things that we don't know. And that's why, as he mentioned before, also, on this process of recruiting players, it's that important to ask references on the players sometimes when we are getting newcomers. Because always people know people, and we will get better insights from the pairs than from somebody else. And when you get new people in the team, always a current player will give you the best information possible because they want to keep winning or they want to improve the team. So nobody will recommend the player unless he's not a professional player. When things get professional, everybody recommends the assets
Yeah.
to make the team stronger. And coming back to the question that how to deal with the disagreements, I think that this is normal. But always I try to explain to the team that we are one team with
Hmm.
people who take different roles,
Hmm.
and my role is the decision making role. And many times I will be okay,
Hmm.
and sometimes I will make mistakes. So we need the same as the coaches accept the mistakes of the players. Also, they must accept also the mistakes that the coaches can make, unless it's something terrible that we cannot fix. Uh, but these are part of meetings, individual meetings. Try to approach the sides, try to find some agreements, and sometimes even though can be that we don't agree at the point, but we keep carrying on the benefit of the team. So this is part of, I think, one important thing lately has developed, at least in the coaching area, is
Hmm.
all related with the human resources and how we work with people.
Hmm.
Because first and foremost, we are working with people. So
Yeah.
this is something we need to get experts on
Hmm.
handling people. This is very
Yeah.
important.
Okay. Thank you for your again insights on this. Dakshina, sir, even you can tell us how you handle conflicts and disagreements with players.
This no, sir said as per the no, some I call always players meeting before the matches. We will discuss what are all the what they feel about that. Then we give some feedback. Then overall we assemble what are the things to be done and what are the weaknesses we have to manage during the matches. Like that, I will have meeting with them frequently, and during the after the every day I ask the players in my training to have a meeting and discuss what are the problems they are having in the training.
Hmm.
And the captain of the team have discussed with them, and they brought me what are the things to be rectified, or what help I can do for them. In
Hmm.
that way, I am managing for the so many years, and we are in this way we are getting a better result. At the same way, the volleyball is a team sport. Everyone you should be given importance. So I cannot neglect anybody. Whatever the benefits coming, I will share every player, yeah, all the players, 1 to 20, 1 to 12. How many players I am having, I will share every benefits we are getting. In this way, all are given importance. They also feel newcomers or old timers, those who are in 3 4 years experience, those who are coming within a short period. Everybody has given importance. So we are moving like a family. I am guiding them how to get the difficulties out of that and perform up to their highest level. This is like this I am following for a long time. It is very successful.
Oh,
So
wow. Really? Yeah. Thank you again for your answer. About this only, I want to know how do you like your captain, the captain of your team, to be? So, Dakshina sir, you mentioned you yourself have been very strict and at least rigid about the rules and regulations in the team, and you've been a strict coach. So, do you also want your captain to have the same vibe? Or what do you instruct your captain, or how do you like the captain of your team to be with the rest of
captain role is little different. They have to coordinate the gap between me and the players. It is
the
a primary work of them. They will do not they are more strict. Whatever the things they are the players are committing, very it is affect the team's unity or moral. Then only I will interfere in that. Otherwise, I will give the captain all the responsibility to do the all the works, which are what are the benefits, what are the difficulties they are facing in every walk of life. The captain will adhere to their problems. If anything is there they cannot solve, they bring it to my notice. I will call them and I will insert them as per the matter I received from the captain. This way I am moving for a long time. captain role is very important because I cannot no, most of the players are not approaching me directly because I am they feel I am very strict and I will be more not approachable to them. So captain is the main role for him
Oh.
to bridge the gap between me and the players, which will which was working good for me for my team also.
Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you for your this thing. So, Ruben, will you also tell us about your
Yeah, it's
experiences?
yeah, it is more or less the same. I think the captain, it's this bridge between the coaching staff, the head coach, and the team. Uh, I think also it's an important phase to discuss and to speak with the management many times at professional level, situations that the players may face, such internal problems or requirements, particular requirements that the team needs, that in some cases uh, we don't know absolutely everything. So this
Oh.
is very important that they are able to communicate with a
Hmm.
peer, which
Hmm.
is easier, as the coach said before.
Yeah.
Sometimes the players believe that we are so strict that we are not approachable. And
Hmm.
then when we sit down and say, let's have a coffee and discuss
Yeah.
about this,
Yeah.
sometimes the player discovers that we are also people who can speak with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is
Hmm.
the main role of the captain, and also I believe also that it has to be an important figure on terms of experience, of on terms of example, by leading by example with the team. I think it's also very important to count with this role on the captain.
Okay. I'm actually really enjoying listening to both of you talk about your coaching experiences. Just one or two more questions on this. You would have obviously, to both of you again, you would have obviously come across players who have a very big ego. So, who, you know what I'm talking about. So, how do you deal with those players, like if sometime though if there are players who will not like getting substituted in a game because of their ego, or who do you like, just a little more about your experience with such players, and how do you deal like with those substitutions or any other characteristics of players, very big players or players with a big ego? Ruben, so you can tell us first, and then Dakshina.
Okay. Well, as I said always,
Hmm.
uh, I try to make or to base all the decisions based on facts.
Hmm.
I barely make decisions based on feelings, because when you make a decision make on feelings,
Hmm.
most probably you make a mistake.
Hmm.
So always before we make a substitution,
Hmm.
luckily I can have a very good assistant coaches that
Hmm.
we track and record with statistics the performance of the players.
Yeah.
However, sometimes there are some players playing statistically not so good, but
Hmm.
they have sometimes this kind of right to keep on the field because they are giving some kind of energy to the team
Okay.
that nobody else does.
Mhm.
And this is the knowledge we have with our team internally.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, and in terms of ego, I think a player who is a little bit egoistic, it's necessarily to win, because we cannot win when everybody is a sheep.
Yeah.
uh, and but also understanding the sport as a team sport,
Mhm.
they need to know the strengths, the weaknesses, and these are all things that we have to discuss on the building up of the team, on the construction of the team. And
Mhm.
nevertheless, it can happen that the player will be upset for a substitution. But since it's not my problem, because the
Mhm.
person who got upset is
Yeah.
his,
Yeah.
it's his problem to manage. We
Yeah.
can discuss later on,
Yeah.
unless he's making a show, throwing a number or something like that. That we will discuss. But normally, also, I try to establish like a like a conduct
Yeah.
rules. and a player who is throwing the number will pay a fee. So
Yeah.
when they pay a fine, it's like the red card, the yellow card. If you pay a fine, you can throw wherever you want. One time, maybe the next time, the fine will be bigger, or you will be out of the team. Because the most important thing is the team, and this is something when we coach in processes. When it's not just few days together, when we coach on processes, mm, most of the times these kind of strange reactions never happen because players create bonds, and these are things that they
Oh.
respect.
Okay, oh wow, it's very interesting to know this actually. And you also mentioned, I just want to ask another follow up question. You spoke about yellow cards and red cards, and I also wanted to get to that. Okay, will you be able to explain us what exactly does the yellow card? And Sir Dakshina, so you can also add on after this. So, what are we in this Prime Volleyball League season 2? We saw two yellow cards that were given. So, what are the exact rules of getting a yellow card and a red card? And when does that turn into a red card? And under what circumstances can a player receive a yellow card?
I,
Ruben, sir, you can, yeah, you can tell
Oh,
us about.
well, I think the yellow card is more or less a warning. I wouldn't say it's anything um, really bad. Sometimes it's the tool the referees have to control the game to keep the players quiet. And to be honest, I think referees at the Premier Volleyball League are very, or I would say too nice.
Okay.
Sometimes players would speak less and the game will be more fluid. If at the beginning of the game, sometimes the referees will show one or two yellow cards, because the yellow card, in terms of punishment,
Yeah.
is nothing. It's just a warning. It's a
Yeah.
warning call that is followed up by a red card, which costs a point. So then players normally won't cross a limit if they are shown a yellow card, and people will come down.
Okay.
I think it's not a disgrace also getting a yellow card, and to control the emotions. I think it's also helping sometimes, or it would help if referees will be eager to show a yellow card. Sometimes here they try to pacify everybody to
Okay.
make everything peaceful, but the players control less the emotions. But this is also an evolution of the game. I think
No.
when referees will face more and
Yeah.
more games, will understand that maybe a proper yellow card at the proper time will calm
Yeah.
down everybody.
Okay, thank you for all your answers and insights. Dakshina, sir, you can also just tell us about this first. What do you deal with egoistic? How do you deal with egoistic players? And then also, if you have anything to add on about the yellow and red cards.
it is no, it is in sports. Everybody wants to prove, and the one problem is there. The player should understand what is their potential, what level their performance is, help the team. Sometimes we are depending on them, and in order to put the team higher, we have to substitute when the main players or important player is playing below the bar, which will affect the team performance. In that way, we have to explain them in the team meeting. Also, I will explain this is it is not we are doing on any intention. We are doing it for the benefit of the team performance. They have to understand that we, because they are with us for a long time. Now they believe coaches, they are doing for the betterment of the team. So they should now remove their egos, and they have to accept that the substitution are done for the benefit of the team. It is not punishing them. Uh, it is, they have to understand that. First, I make them understand, and I will always tell them to accept the mistake, and no, Even every player has to take their responsibility. If they are not fulfilling their responsibility to the team to perform at higher level, uh, they can be substituted. If he is having any credit to, previously on his name, we cannot take it as consideration for that performance. We have to substitute him. No other go for the benefit of the team. I will make them understand this.
Okay. Okay, it's very glad to hear all of this. And before we move on to the next segment, just another last one or two questions. We will just get to that attacking chart now, which we had displayed before. And maybe please have that on the screen. So, this is basically the opponent's attacking summary. And these are all the areas where they are shooting from. Green are the successful ones, red are the unsuccessful ones. So you can take 2 minutes if you want, unless you want to go right now. So, what are you as a coach? What will be the strategies you will employ to beat this defending opponent team? So, whoever's ready can go first. Ruben sir, you want to go first, and then Dakshina sir can continue.
Okay. Well, here the chart is it's good. It's describing the attack tendencies of the attackers.
Hmm.
However, since these are all the attackers, let's say together in one chart,
Hmm.
there are some occasions that they won't happen at the same time.
Okay.
So normally I try to organize the blocking and defense strategy according every setter position,
Hmm.
because like we are playing a game against a team which has six different teams in
Hmm.
one,
Hmm.
because every setter position is a different, and we have to prepare strategies for every um, side out rotation particular.
Oh.
But of course, by getting the charts with, especially for example, in the example of D, which is
Hmm.
attack efficiency. They have from 30 attacks an efficiency attack of 40%, which is very high for an
Hmm.
opposite in second line. Uh, of course, we should prepare how to block and defense
Hmm.
accordingly the efficiency of this player,
Hmm.
and most probably when we pay more attention on that player we might be giving more or less attention
Hmm.
to perhaps the player in position, the one who attacks the hat, if
Yeah.
they are combined at the same rotation,
Yeah.
because this player has a 17.2 efficiency, means
Hmm.
that maybe he's putting the ball on the other side but not scoring really hard points.
Hmm.
So these are some strategies we need to use according the scouting we have on the
Hmm.
opponents. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this lovely insight. And also, Dakshina sir, will you also tell us how?
We are, as per sir telling, we plan as per that attacker tendency and his efficiency in that particular position. It is they are scoring in that position more means we have to stop little to get better points in that particular from that player. So we arrange our blocking system, or we arrange as per that attackers hitting line. We cover more, and we set the defense also as per his effect. This is we are following. Most of the it is mostly it is 100% we cannot succeed in that planning. Some days it will work out as per our preparation, but without preparation also we cannot win bigger teams. That we have to do as per no, that
Hmm.
analysis will the chart and analysis will be helpful for the
Hmm.
better performance and matching the opponents. It is
Hmm.
useful for that. We are getting still, we have to go long way to assess all these things to
Yeah.
make our team better.
Okay. I am so glad I'm getting to pick your brain on this. And just one more question on these lines about your team. Ahmedabad had not gotten off to a very great start. So, but things changed very soon. So, what were the strategies you employed for the team, and what areas did you see that did you recognize that required change, and then you worked upon them accordingly, and then results started showing. So, would you tell us a little about that?
We prepared very well actually. In the first match, what are the expectations? We planned it little. In our plan, we failed.
Okay.
Mostly in service errors or more.
Hmm.
Our unforced error, our team committed more mistakes. That's
Hmm.
why we lost first game.
Hmm.
We for that we have to rectify. We got a little period of some days, 3 4 days gap for the next match. In that period, we trained on that part. What are the negative things we are having, and we instructed the players to take up that mistakes seriously and rectify them. We
Hmm.
done in practice. That helped the team to recover from the service errors. We reduced mostly in all the
Hmm.
matches we won.
Okay.
In the statistics also we can see we reduced the service errors and
Hmm.
unforced errors also we rectified in our actions. So our team is a little more moving forward.
Okay.
After losing first game, making the players to bring back their potential and their spirit is very difficult in this format particularly for
Hmm.
every coaches will face in that. It is a very not a easy job, but
Okay.
the players also cooperated with us very well, and we managed the things, and we come out with success.
Hmm. Okay, it's I'm so glad to hear this. So again, I just want to ask another follow up about this one thing you mentioned. So this league is anyways very different for everyone to adapt to. So what is that one change which you would say is required in the league, which will make it much easier for the coaches and players to go about? Like if from next season you want to see any particular change, what would that change be? To both of you, Dakshina, so you can tell me first.
Uh, we can in normal 25 point system it is more helpful because the team have 15 points only in that super point and super service.
Hmm.
We can play if the team loses both 4 points,
Hmm.
only other mistakes in that 4 points 8 points, only we have to play with skills 7 points only we can score.
Okay.
If 20 points are there, players also
Hmm.
little relax. If they
Hmm.
committed any mistakes little, they can recover from that mistakes, and they can play perform better in that uh, regular format, because
Hmm.
this format only we are playing in the league only. For other this thing format whole year, other national championship or international competition, all in 25 points. It gives more pressure on the players. If they commit one or two mistakes, they are
Hmm.
getting more nervous and committing more errors.
Hmm.
That only that is the unpredictable. We cannot predict the players when to make mistake, when to do the positive actions. This will
Hmm.
give
Hmm.
players regular points. Means if they this format is in all the championships or some other tournaments are there, we
Hmm.
can make use of it. It is good for the spectators. On the
Yeah.
players, on the players angle, it is more psychological pressure and more the
Okay.
strain on the mentally. That only uh,
Hmm.
gives more uh,
Hmm.
negative in this. We feel as a coaches, we feel it is the only thing we can improve in the next season.
Okay.
It is my
But
humble request.
but I just thought of but don't you think that this pressure that the players are getting on them in this 1 month of the league will help them develop better as a player? Because if under these tight circumstances they are able to perform, so will that not just develop them as a player better?
It will help one way or the other, but in longer run, no. Most of the players, the system they cannot adapt very
Hmm.
easily. Younger players also, it is
Hmm.
very difficult to overcome that particular pressure in shorter duration.
Hmm.
This is the point also. 15 points. We have to make all more errors. No, volleyball is a error game only. In this
Okay.
percentage of error is less, you can
Yeah.
win. This is mathematics only. You
Okay.
do less mistake, you win. Or
Hmm.
you do more mistakes, it will lose. It is
Okay.
general. So
Yeah.
in this way, it is helpful for the players one way. But overall, the game development,
Okay. Okay.
it will be useful for the regular format. It is useful for the players
Okay.
to perform little more better. I
Okay.
feel.
Okay. 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 No, yeah. Now I'm understanding what you're trying to say. I got it. Ruben, sir, do you also have any say about this?
I somehow agree with Coach Dakhshinamoorthy about the rule of 25.
Hmm.
I think playing to 15 sometimes it gives too much pressure, and many times not the best team wins.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Last year with our assistant coach with Juan Kobuchi, we made a research
Hmm.
after the league,
Hmm.
counting that every ball would be if what if we would play the 5 sets
Hmm.
with the differential of 2 points to
Hmm.
17,
Hmm.
and at 17 we finish.
Yeah.
uh, and then we calculated that the sets would be maybe 2 minutes or 2 minutes 30 seconds longer,
Hmm.
because every ball it takes 30 seconds gap because of the broadcasting.
Hmm.
And I don't think it will be a bigger impact, and it will make the game also a little bit more fair,
Hmm.
because nowadays you can play 100% game inside out. Nevertheless, you lose 15-14 because you are the team at the service. The other team side out the 15 times and you
Yeah.
lose. And this is sometimes a little bit against the game. In
Okay.
this kind of, because for sure we are counting everything, we are collecting statistics of everything. So now happens not once,
Hmm.
many times,
Hmm.
sets where a team that play more efficiently than the other
Hmm.
loses just because they lost the super point, or they lost just because a super service. That at the end, it's one mistake.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
as the coach said before,
Yeah.
volleyball, it's an error sport.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So that is this kind of controversial thing about the development of the sport, or
Hmm.
keeping the hands tight,
Hmm. Hmm.
because uh, in one way it won't develop the players to the international standard where everybody is eager to serve
Hmm.
120 kilometers per hour and perhaps make a mistake. Here, if you are 13-13,
Hmm.
people will say, please, 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 put it on. And in professional leagues, we are 13-13, and we call the guy and say, hey, go bomba, because it's the possibility to get the gap.
Yeah.
Because you know that you miss the service, but
Hmm.
then you get the side out.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
side out keeps the team floating,
Okay.
while the break point gives the team this air, the
Hmm.
fresh air when you are sinking, so
Okay.
this
Okay.
why, or that's why maybe playing with the 2 points differential also will give a little bit of gap on players development to play more aggressive.
Okay, I'm trying to now. I actually had personally my opinion about this was very different, but now that I've heard you both, I'm
Keep,
understanding what you're
please
trying to say
give
right
your
now.
opinion.
No, initially, what I thought was that having these games, first of all, it's making it fun for the spectators anyways, but then I thought if the rest of the year the players are playing a normal format anyways, so this 1 month they can train under these pressurized circumstances and they'll be able to come out better. But then now listening to you all, I can also see how that would negatively affect, because just one mistake is like costing 2 points or something like that, and it's giving no breathing area at all, which now I
Mhm.
understood. So
Mm.
that even a little, if it was there, it would make a lot of difference. I think the results would be quite different of the table
Yeah,
right now if
yeah.
that was the case.
And sometimes players are forced to do things
Hmm.
against the nature of the game
Hmm.
just to avoid the mistake.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. What exactly, if there's one thing in particular? What?
Especially bidding on the opponent's mistake, so players are not having any risk from the
Okay.
service line.
Okay.
Of course, the service line, it's something that we should practice.
Hmm.
You know, uh, players to serve aggressive, they should practice
Hmm. Hmm.
longer time.
Yeah.
This is a deeper discussion,
Yeah.
but um, but players who are playing in a different environment, suddenly playing such a really amazing professional league, it's
Hmm.
fantastic. Perhaps
Yeah.
we need to give one or two, uh,
Hmm.
let's say, icing on the
Yeah.
cake.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am agree
But
with you.
what I put some pressure on Coach Dakhshinamoorthy.
Hmm.
I will have some discussion about this to offer the owners of the franchises to propose some changes.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yes,
You
sir.
all
Thank you.
can.
We'll do it, sir. We'll do it.
Yeah, I know.
I wish you too good luck with this. And first of all, just thank you so much for all these lovely insights that you all have given in such detail about the sport. It was lovely being able to pick your mind on this. Before we move on to the last section, the rapid fire segment, there's just one last question I want to ask you. So, coaching would obviously take up a very big part of your day and schedule, and that is how you would have to base the rest of your routine on. So how have you managed your personal life and your coaching life all these years? Both of you, Dakshina sir, you can go first, and Ruben, you can tell me then.
I missed my personal life for many years because I am 100% putting my effort in my coaching life. My personal life, my I am thankful to my family, particularly my wife. Even I don't know what my children are studying in which class.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wonder sometimes my children also jokingly they will tell what I am studying, what is this. No, that much we are sacrificed our life for the sport, but we are no, we are satisfied. Even then, we are not having look after my family, but we have no promoting a lot of players to come up in their life and settle in their life. It is gives us more pleasure. From we are doing some good work for the society also. That's why I feel God has given me on some opportunity to help some players to come up in their life. It is a great part of. I feel it is my duty to do that work till my death. It is my this thing.
That's so sweet. Also, Ruben sir, will you also tell us?
Well, for me, volleyball is just not a sport. Uh, First of all, it's my passion, and I think thanks of volleyball, I got absolutely everything on my life. My wife, it's also a volleyball coach. We are both physical education teachers, but we always work in high performance. And when we start to make our family bigger, she somehow stepped down from her coaching career. Now she's coaching, but coaching in high performance companies and these kind of things. She swapped to high performance in other kind of level. But however, sports it's something that it's internally a language in our family. Even though our three kids they don't play professionally any kind of sport, they are attached to sport and they are fans of sport, fans of a good way of life.
Yeah.
And as the coach said, I think we commit to work for a lot of youngsters, which in some way keep us young as well.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic way to help the players. And I think I don't see any bad side of this profession, because it gave me the possibility to know the world. It gave me the possibility to make a family. It
Yeah.
gave me the possibility to know a lot of people. And these are memories that you can only keep. And on top of that, we have a possibility to work with extremely good athletes, and this is something that is unforgivable. So this it's really, really, really nice.
Wow, I am. Thank you so much for your entire experience about this. I'm very happy. I don't know if you can tell or not, but having being able to speak with both of you. We will just move on to the rapid fire round now. And for this, there are just 4 5 questions for rapid fire. So in that, you just choose the first option that comes to your mind. So Ruben, sir, you can answer first, and then Dakshina, sir, you can immediately after that give the answer. And then after that, there are a few fun team questions which I would like to ask. So we will just start with the rapid fire first. Beach volleyball or indoor volleyball?
Indoor,
Definitely indoor volleyball.
definitely indoor only.
Indoor.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I don't even know the rules of beach volleyball.
Are they that different?
Yes, ma'am.
There are some rules. There are some different rules.
Okay, okay. Uh, but long rallies or quick points?
Long rallies. It is good for the game. Charm it is in the long rallies. The
Yeah,
people will enjoy.
yeah. For people, long rallies are very nice.
Yeah.
Means that my team is not playing good because we should kill the ball earlier.
Yes. Offense or you personally on your team, you'd focus more on offense or defense?
I
Offense.
personally more offense only.
Offense. Okay. And one last one. Who do you think the league finals are going to be?
It is a difficult question, madam. Actually, we cannot predict in this format. It is very difficult to predict.
Okay, okay.
Sar can tell because he is having more experience than me. He can predict. He can.
No, he doesn't want to put his name. I believe it will be the same final as last season.
That's
Yeah.
last season.
I
Yes.
believe that if they don't meet in the semifinals, it can be that Ahmedabad and Kolkata will look at the finals again.
Yeah.
Right now, because this is day by day, today it they look the two top teams in terms of they are the most in shape teams today. I don't know tomorrow, but it's a crazy league, so everything can happen. And I believe that all the 4 contenders at the semifinals will be possible finalists.
Okay,
But I think if they don't play each other at the semifinals, most probably these are my bet.
okay.
With all my respect to everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Uh, thank you to both of you. Before we move on to these questions, which I wanted to ask you about the team, so Ruben, we have a question for you from our viewers. So Ruben, sir, action of excitement is missing this season. This action, we haven't seen it at all this year. So when are we going to see this back? And where is this?
Uh, I believe maybe the photographers didn't peak, but we have good actions with Chennai this year
Okay,
as well. I
okay.
think the results maybe they didn't come as we expected, but I think that this maybe was a very good pick from Revant. Revant from Hyderabad, he has been making really nice picks last year, and nothing. I believe we are very passionate with the game, and of course, once again, I'm very happy for these picks because are very very nice. But most probably, it happened during some games. Maybe nobody took them.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, but we'll see more of that next time.
Yeah, why not? I believe that once again, I think our team is giving all. We still have one more game, and it's very important the message that I try to pass a message to the players, and the players, I believe they understand that for us it's a big thing of proof that we are there. Yesterday, you know, there are some circumstances. Or again, we were very close to be on a winning track. However, sometimes the results doesn't come,
Yeah.
and we don't have to get mad on it. We need to analyze what we can make better for the future, and that's it.
Okay, thank you so much again. We will just move on to these quick questions for both of you for your about your teams now. So again, one by one, Ruben, sir, you can answer first, and then Dakshina, sir, you can tell me who is your favorite player in the team.
The team. To be honest,
Yeah.
I would never answer the name of a player
Mm-hmm.
because for me, um, outstanding players,
Yeah.
I would say like Messi in football.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I haven't been given the chance to coach such
Okay.
a player in volleyball like
Okay.
Leon, Osmani
Mhm.
Juan Torena, or I don't know, Luciano De Checo, for example.
Yeah.
But even though it's a sport, it's a team sport, and even though you have the best player on the world, if you have another five players who cannot make a team beside them, it's useless. So I think it's always a team for me.
Okay. What about you, Dakshina, sir? Who's your favorite
I
player?
am also feeling same, but in our team, I feel Muthusamy is the favorite player because he is the key player of our team.
Okay. So, who is the naughtiest player in your team?
Who
Uh,
is? I'm sorry.
who is the naughtiest player in your team?
Srikanth,
Shrikant.
Libro.
Uh,
Why?
sorry.
He's very active. He'll no, he'll quiet, but he'll sometimes he will joke more without no. This is there. He is having more players bonding more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he's very naughty.
Okay. I think in this regards might be Akin in our team.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, he's also
Yeah.
very very.
On court, though, it seems the complete opposite way, as to what you're saying right now. He has always been a more. I have at least always perceived him as a more not strict but a little bold, very bold player.
No, 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 no. He's making a lot of jokes inside.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, so, who is your favorite opponent? Who has been your favorite opponent team?
In this format, every opponent is important, madam. We cannot tell this opponent is good, this that. But in
Okay.
this, no, in this type of competition,
Hmm.
all opponents are equal only.
Okay.
We can give respect to all. We
Hmm.
cannot
Yeah.
take it easy, everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. No, no, and yeah, I agree. I agree. The situation on the league is very tight, and you sleep longer, and then you're out. So I think it's very important how you approach the games. Yes.
Okay. So, which is the most difficult team you've played till now in the league? Which match has been the most difficult for you?
With Calicut, we played very tough game. It
Okay.
is.
And
Yeah. I think for us might be the Mumbai Meteors because uh, we were not able to recover during the game, and after we lost one or two sets tight, then we fall apart. I cannot say the same against Ahmedabad because Ahmedabad game was the second game after we lost with Hyderabad, and that was a very emotional game. I think there were many things that, even though in the second set we were leading for a big gap, and then we lost, and I think that was the main reason. The emotions for the night before, plus falling apart on one set that it was almost given to us, then I think the team lost the energy. But I would say that the most difficult game has been Meteors,
Okay.
because they play track, and yeah,
Hmm.
and they just kick out kick us out from the court.
Okay. Okay. So actually, these are all the questions I had for you for today. And thank you so much for coming on the show and making it so knowledgeable and insightful. And I absolutely loved hearing about both of your coaching experiences and your just being able to pick your minds about this. So before we conclude the show, is there anything you want to pass on or tell your well-wishers and fans? Is there anything you'd like to let them know? Ruben, so you can go first, and then Dakshina, sir.
Well, I would like to say thank you to everybody, because I believe the audience is getting better. The league is getting more professional. Everybody is making good efforts to put the league in the highest standard possible. And also, I would like to give a little word to the players that, in general, on the A teams and the players who were not part of this season, to be prepared to commit themselves in a long-term plan, because we have seen this season that the league is getting tougher, and then players need to be absolutely fit, absolutely in shape to perform since day one at the training camps. I think this would be the best thing they can learn, in my eyes, from this season. All the teams, and that will make only a better league season after.
Okay. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Yeah.
And Dakshina, sir, is there anything you would like to?
Last season, our team was underdogs in the Prime League. We shown our performance and played in the finals. This year, I am thankful to all the spectators, all my franchise staff and franchise owners for
Yeah.
their support to promote our support our players in the critical situations. Now this year we are expected more. Now we are as per the spectators and others expectation. We are performing towards the end. We will do our best as per the expectation of the spectators. I am very grateful to the Prime Volleyball League for their effort to popularize volleyball in India. This gives our players to get professional experience with playing with the international players. It will help more on all the fields related to volleyball. All the players will learn from this. The things, good things, whatever they are getting, they learn and promote the volleyball in our country. Do hard work for the next season will be more competitive than this year. So prepare for mentally and physically to face this challenge and prove yourself at the uh, level of your improve your level of game and prove yourself in this league.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. A very big thank you to both of you for these lovely, very inspiring words and this amazing session that we had right now. Thank you so much for taking time to come out on the
Pleasure.
show.
Thank
And
you.
that's about it from us for today. Good luck to both Chennai and Ahmedabad for the remaining journey of Prime Volleyball League. And I would also like to thank all our viewers for joining it and hope everyone liked this Volley Talk episode. The highlights and the recorded video will be available on YouTube. And here's wishing you a great match day today at Kochi at 7 p.m. And see you all soon. And from Basic Sport, stay safe and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.